I'm not up here lacking experience. I spent 6 years of my life practicing witchcraft. I spent 6 years of my life involved in spiritualism and mediumship and channeling and Buddhism and astral projection and necromancy, which is communicating with the dead. I had a hunger for power, and so I began to follow after the supernatural. And that's how I got involved in the list I just made for you. I wanted to be accepted, and I wanted to have power because I saw that people who were involved in the things I mentioned got results. Don't tell your kids that there's no power in the devil. There is power in the devil. You don't get inside Hitler and kill 6 million Jews because you don't have any power. You don't get inside Judas and get him to betray the Son of the living God for 30 pieces of silver because you're stupid and because you don't have any power. The devil does indeed have power. He does operate in it. If you read the Bible, you will find when Moses went before Pharaoh and the Lord moved in changing the rod into a serpent and did certain things, the magicians were able to duplicate it. There were only certain powerful movements of God, because God always wins, like it or not, that Satan was unable to duplicate. Because whenever it comes to the bottom line, the absolute bottom line, God wins. It doesn't matter what we think or what we believe or what we practice or who we think we are because of our practices. When it comes down to the nitty-gritty, God is gonna win, like it or not. He's who he is, and he wins, period. That's just the truth of the matter. Satan is angry, and he's out to cause a disturbance and destruction wherever he can. And his vision, his point, is the young people. He wants the young people. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, it would seem that he is on the side where the young are really flocking and checking out his power. You just had a write-up in England, I believe, where 2 boys lured a 2-year-old, how many know what I'm talking about, God help us, out of a mall, beat him to death, and put him on a railroad tracks because he wanted to see a train cut him in half. Somebody's 2-year-old little baby. In America, we got a boy that is in the court system right now that we're trying with the death penalty. We're trying him as an adult, who took his neighbor's son, how many read about that? Kid with the red hair and the glasses? Beat him and said he enjoyed watching him die. He says he was reading Stephen King books. So we have to face the fact, without any ado, that Canada and the United States, since that's where I'm from and you're from, are having a problem with witchcraft. It is an absolute problem. People think it's cool. I thought it was totally cool to be a witch. You could never have convinced me when I was practicing witchcraft that it wasn't cool to be a witch. I was convinced that walking around operating in psychic power, operating in mediumship, which is to tell fortunes to people when they're sitting in front of you or tell their past, present, or future, to be channeling voices through me, to invite spirits within me, to communicate with what I thought was the dead, to be able to do spells and incantations, to astral project, to meditate, was cool. And most people that knew me thought that I was cool because I did these things. The only problem is when you take up with the devil's kingdom, which is darkness, because God doesn't have any of that stuff going on in his kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, there's black and there's white, and there is no gray. There's either the kingdom of God and the kingdom of Satan. There is no in-between ground. You cannot say that spiritualism is not serious and that it's okay, because in the book, God clearly states that he's against all of it. Now, you can go to the book of Leviticus and Deuteronomy, and he'll tell you he has nothing to do with any of that. So anyone practicing it, being entertained by it, partaking of it, or seeking after it, is dabbling not in his kingdom, but in the kingdom of darkness. And when you dabble in the kingdom of darkness, as I know because I've been there, the devil is not a nice guy. He doesn't like anyone. He doesn't think you teenagers are cool. He doesn't want to give you anything you're not going to pay for. He has absolutely no ability to love anybody. He is the epitome of hate. When those kids took that baby and laid it on the railroad tracks, God had nothing to do with it. He is the epitome of hate, and he will promise you that he will give you everything you want if you go along these channels of his kingdom. And it doesn't work that way, because I tried it, and he will turn on you in a heartbeat. He'll get you right where he wants you, operating in these things, thinking that it's wonderful, thinking you got all this wonderful power, seeing it work, and he will come in and he will let you know in no uncertain terms that he's going to kill you. Now, if you're out there and you're practicing and saying, this isn't happening to me, come and see me in a few years. This guy don't share nothing with anybody. He's a god, not a god as we know God, but he's an evil deity who hates mankind and has one desire for your future, and that is to kill you. I don't care what you give him, he will kill you, because he is the epitome of hate. You must know that, young people. You can't walk in darkness and expect to get anything good out of it. You don't make pacts with evil for good. There is no way. White and black, choose which one you're going to serve. Make a decision and make it strong, because you cannot sit in the center. You have to make a choice.